Okay, I've been doing chores and listening, but what is going on? We are on lunch break right now from Donna Adelson's trial for the murder of Dan Markel. She is being charged with murder one, solicitation, and conspiracy. Three charges. Wow. So the defense starts out this morning with little Miss Annie Cunningham, Donna's best friend, her BFF, and then Gutterson, who is Annie's partner, but also a high school classmate of Harvey. The defense, their third witness was Miss Quay from Portland, Oregon. I guess she's like the cell phone ping expert. Okay, her entire testimony was for the prosecution. The big bombshell that occurred during cross examination is that Annie Cunningham has lied on the stand in regards to conversations via cell phone from Donna to Annie. They are calling Annie Cunningham back from the airport. It's about a 15-minute drive from the Tallahassee airport to Leon County Court. I really felt bad for the little lady, Miss Cunningham, and then also her husband or her partner, Gutterson. I was not taking notes because I was literally like, I was like, cleaning floors and doing all other stuff while I was listening. But the defense's witness pretty much implicated Annie Cunningham lying on the stand this morning. She is being pulled back to court, which I kind of don't understand. And I'm sure that there's lawyers out there. Remember, okay, this is True Crime Wifey. This is my opinion. I am not a psychologist. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a police detective, nor am I a lawyer. But this is my point of view. This is what I'm listening to. Apparently, Annie lied on the stand about phone calls between her and Donna. And then she was released, quote, unquote, released as a witness. And then she went and sat down next to Harvey. I am texting someone real quick. I apologize. Okay, so they are calling her back to the stand, but I kind of don't understand how someone can be released as being a witness and then sit down in the audience and then listen to the other testimonies, but now she's going to be recalled. Hi, trying to find a cure. Hey, Mia. Oh my God, have you guys been watching the trial? Craziness. I and I am not trying to be mean at all, but Annie Cunningham should have handcuffs on her for perjury. One, two, she should be in the Leon County Jail tonight with her BFF, Donna Adelson. I know, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, let me click on. I love the au contraire. Yes. Mr. Gutterson is hilarious. He sounds like a mobster, allegedly, but he did. Hey, Mia, thank you so much. Uh, I'm I mean, seriously, you guys, like Annie might be having a nervous breakdown. Because in my opinion, Annie and her partner Gutterson, I missed his first name and I apologize. I'm not taking notes or anything. I've only been listening while like mopping, vacuuming, like cleaning up my house after the long weekend and now my kids are at school. But whoa. Yeah, he could be. Yes. I just texted, I got a text from Allison and I'm like, I'm live now, bombshell. She's been in a meeting all morning. But okay, so the Miss Quay lady, it's her testimony was trying to well, first off, she called Sergeant Corbett's like data messy, which is insulting. Because Sergeant Corbett did tell everyone on the stand when he first arrived that he has been with Tallahassee Police Department for 29 years and 1 month. That means he's retiring next month. I'm not even sure if McQuay is that old. Like, I don't know if she's over 29 and 11 months. She's young. But is she trying? I mean, she was trying to debunk Sergeant Corbett's testimony. Oh, like the most hilarious situation. And Annie, you guys, Annie's being brought back. Annie Cunningham is being brought back. Yes, yes, Mia, she showed an experience. It's when she was questioned about what she was being paid and she got defensive and wacky. Professionals don't sweat it, they answer it. Yeah, right. But Mia, she was like giggling a few times. She's like trying to be likable. Like, hey, like me, Jerry, like me. But that is not her job. Her job is not to be likable. Her job is to try to defend Donna, right? Hey, Allison. Hey, I know you've been in a meeting all morning. Okay, this is the rundown. The defense opens with having Donna's BFF, a little lady named Annie Cunningham, testify. Okay, she testifies about her friendship. They took several sidebars because she tried to do hearsay stuff. I did not take notes, I was only listening. But so they did several sidebars, but then she testifies about phone calls between her and Donna. She also testified whenever they would travel out of the country with her partner, who is the Mr. Gutterson, who testifies in the second seat. Okay, Annie Cunningham testifies, and then she is released as a witness. She goes and sits down next to Harvey. Her partner, Mr. Gutterson, gets up and then he testifies. There's really no substance in the two. However, the third witness is the cell phone ping lady, Miss Quay, who is from Portland, Oregon. And she first starts out saying that Sergeant Corbett's data was messy or some sort of, but did anyone catch that she made that statement to the jury? Like, I know you've seen these exhibits. Wait a minute. You're a witness. Have you been watching the trial? How does she know that the jury saw the exhibits? The prosecution didn't even go there when they cross-examined her. But once they cross-examined her, we realized that Annie Cunningham, Donna's BFF, lied on the stand, and they are calling back Annie from the airport, and she is going to be on the stand, I believe, after lunch break. Yes, right, Mia? They had to transfer 3,000 miles to find someone to put up with their Cracker Jack BS. I 100% agree. I, I'm appalled. I cannot believe that the defense opened with this. Adelson, it's been drama, drama, drama. I mean, a lot of the drama when Annie was on the stand, and even the Gutterson man, I didn't catch his first name, and I'm not taking notes. I was doing house chores, but it was all kind of useless, if you will, right? But Annie Cunningham, Donna's best friend, provided details, like, providing that she talked to Donna at this time, this time, this time. And then when the defense's third witness was up, who was like the cell phone, really young lady, she was giggling. Oh, she also had that LED flashing icon on the back of her laptop, which I thought was like hypnotizing the jury. But she gets, once she's cross-examined, like Sarah Catherine tears her apart. And then Sarah Catherine basically has the Miss Quay witness totally refute what Annie Cunningham had said as the first witness. And now they're calling Annie Cunningham back from the airport. Yeah, listen, I'm so sorry to say this. I don't want to be a meanie, but Annie Cunningham got up there for her best friend and she lied. She lied on the stand, and I see that she's an elderly lady, but as far as I'm concerned, there needs to be handcuffs, and she needs to be in the Leon County Jail this evening for perjury. Perjury. Oh, yeah, Mia, what a shit show. How much drama. Okay, I wish I had insight that counted, but last when I listened to you and you brought up your mom's case, just had a great feeling that the DA would do the right thing. Trying to find a cure, I agree. I've been praying on it. I mean, not everybody is religious or is a believer, but I'm a full believer, and I have very specific circumstances in my life where God answered my prayers. So I do rely on prayer, but thoughts and prayers, because yes, justice for Nancy Galvani is coming. I just wanted to go live. I literally scarfed down. I made like a grilled chicken sandwich with some roasted bell peppers and tomato and like a sweet and sour sauce. I like scarfed down my sandwich to come to try to do a live because I am appalled at what happened. I cannot believe like this is what Donna is paying for. Wow. Just wow. Like I'm calling it the debacle defense for Donna. Donna's debacle defense. Trying to find a cure. Like, I mean, seriously, at this point in time, prosecution should not be playing around. They need to charge her. And she might be, if they were to charge her, she might be released on her own recognizance. But she probably should be spending the night in jail with her BFF Donna. Leon County Jail, sister. Hey, Deb H, thank you for joining me. I had to go live. I couldn't believe what was going on. I was like, whoa. Yeah, Gutterson is Harvey's high school classmate. He was apparently married to another woman for many years, and they did a lot of like real estate and flipping homes and made a ton of money. And then they got divorced. And then he met Annie Cunningham, which they say that they're partners. So they're not calling each other husband and wife. So maybe they never remarried. And Gutterson testified that I don't even remember what year he said, but I guess he said that he had traveled down to South Florida many, many years ago and had gone to, like, for Christmas Day restaurant, was a Chinese restaurant that's opened, and he broke his tooth on a spare rib bone, called his buddy up in New York and said, "Hey, do you know any dentists in South Florida? I'm here and I just broke my tooth." It was Harvey Adelson. He called Harvey. Harvey fixed his broken tooth the day after Christmas. I missed the year. So if any of you guys know the year, let me know. I'm not taking notes. I was literally listening while doing chores. Hey, She Fly, thank you for joining. I had to go live just to talk about Donna's debacle of a defense. Wow, just wow. Okay, so I'm gonna go back because hang on. I'm gonna tell you exactly what Miss Quay said when she like stepped on the stand, because she says to the jury, like, I know you guys have seen this exhibit. How does a witness know what the jury has seen? And this is the expert witness. How does she know what the jury has seen during this trial? I mean, maybe that's a part of her preparation, but it sounded to me like she's been watching the trial and she's a witness. Isn't that not allowed? I didn't think that that was allowed. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too, trying to find a cure. In fact, I was actually late because I had gone to the grocery store and didn't even get back home until about 9:15. Oh, are the experts allowed to watch? Okay, well then, well, whatever. It's fine though. That expert tried to debunk Sergeant Corbett, and I was like, "What?" And she couldn't. She even admitted that she was only given 2 PDF files for this case to review. And she continued to giggle and smile like she was very childlike. It was strange. Okay, here's Mia. Here's Mia. It's not allowed, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that she has been watching the trial because she was so inexperienced. You're right. And she didn't stand Snowball's chance against hell if she didn't, right? And she was never going to be able to refute anything that Sergeant Corbett said on the stand. You guys, Sergeant Corbett has been with TPD for almost 30 years. He's about to go home next month. Do you think he doesn't know what he's doing? Okay, Deb H says, I think defense's experts are allowed to watch. See if, okay. Okay. Yeah. And I get you, Mia. Yeah, maybe they are right. But I found it strange that she called the jury, hey guys, like she said some, like, she did not appear. Well, first off, we didn't even get the exact years of her experience. She appeared very young, and I kind of thought it was a little funny that she was up there trying to refute Sergeant Corbett when he's been a law enforcement officer and in the business of analyzing this data for almost 30 years, and the girl looks to be, maybe mid-30s at the oldest. And I'm saying girl, and I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to be. Yeah, so maybe she was allowed to watch, so that's neither here nor there. And then she had that blinking light on the back of her laptop, which I thought was, like, hypnotizing. Like, I'm like, "What is she trying to hypnotize the jury?" She she kept giggling. Oh, another thing that she said, like, sh another thing that Miss Quay said in the beginning of her, like, qualifications, she actually said that only her employer had qualified her as an expert. Did you guys catch that? And she was brought on to basically refute Sergeant Corbett, and she was not able to, and now she has now she's impeached Donna's first defense witness, who was her BFF, Annie Cunningham, who is being called back from the Tallahassee airport. However, she was allowed to stay in the audience during her partner, Mr. Gutterson's testimony, which he didn't really provide anything except for the fact that, he got back in touch with Harvey after many years. He saw him at the 20th anniversary or 20th reunion from high school, maybe the 25th, and then every 5 years after that. I mean, at this point in time, regarding how old Harvey is, that's been a lot of times that they've seen each other. And then they also traveled, Annie and Mr. Gutterson, their partners, they've traveled a lot, not only overseas, but several vacations. Oh, and the biggest part was Annie Cunningham and Gutterson's home in Naples that they were not using at the time during Charlie's trial is where Donna and Harvey hid out to watch Charlie's trial. Okay, let's see what you're saying. Oh, hang on. I am gonna follow the chat. Okay. Mia says she just Googled, oh, expert witnesses are not allowed to watch. And then Mia says, no, expert witnesses are generally not allowed to watch trial testimony before they testify if the court has invoked the rule of exclusion, as if, as they are typically subject to the same sequestration. Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. But, okay, so the prosecution didn't even bring up that. I think that once they realized that Annie didn't tell the truth, they were maybe sitting back and waiting for the defense to finish their examination on expert Miss Quay to turn around and impeach Annie on the stand. Wow. Okay. Hang on one second. I'm sorry about that. I had to send off the mister. I don't know if you guys heard him say bye, babe. It's okay. Okay, she said, I just flipped one of my calendars a new month, and this is what it says: inhale confidence, exhale doubts. Yes, trying to find a cure. And if you don't remember, I'm a science based person, but wowza, I get it. How crazy are those little like sayings, or, when you get a fortune cookie, or I mean, I used to read like my like astronomy thing in the newspaper a lot, like growing up, or even like in my young adult years, but I haven't in many years. It's kind of funny how like whenever you do read those things that like it's totally relevant to what's happening. Yeah, I believe so too. So, I mean, it just seemed like the Misquay testimony, even from the beginning, before we got to the cross-examination by Sarah Catherine, like, I was like, "What are they testifying for or are they testifying for the prosecution or the defense here?" Because her direct examination by the defense was supporting the prosecution. I felt like I was in the twilight zone. I even miss when they're coming back to court. I don't wanna miss that. Yeah, she knowingly admitted, I mean, she admitting to knowing that the jurors had seen the exhibits that she was about to show, and that was at 10:43 AM. I'm looking at my comments at the Tallahassee Democrat, YouTube page. I'm looking at the thing. Oh, okay, so at 10:44, I say, "Giggle, giggle, what's going on here?" Like, she's giggling, like, she's trying to be likable, but it's not her job to be likable. It's really her job to back up what the defense has paid her for, right? Astrology, thank you. Did I say astronomy? I'm sorry. My mind is blown, Mia. She totally said that Sergeant Corbett's data was messy. And then this was even funnier. She tried to debunk Sergeant Corbett's testimony by saying, "Oh, here we have a UTC timestamp, but I'm on the Pacific Coast, but it had to be translated to Eastern time." It's like, "Wait, what?" Like, most all data is UTC, and if you're in the Eastern time zone, you know how to convert that. Um, Deb H, I'm trying to figure that out because I definitely wanna be off and I do not wanna miss it. Um, I mean, I think he said 12:45, but I am not certain, like, my mind was blown. Okay, 12:45, okay. Thank you. Thank you, She Fly. I thought he said 12:45 because they stopped, like, just a couple minutes before 11:30. Wow. Like, with all the money that the Adelsons have, how? How can they like, how is this their defense? Yes, Allison, but we might need to do late night. And the reason why I say that is because I mean, I know we were texting back and forth, and like it appears that the 9 o'clock hour is really like the high, high live stream zone or time frame for people who like really know this case, not like the really large channels, but like the Judys and the Patties or other people. But yeah, okay. Also remember she didn't know that there were duplicates when you changed the number. Yes, I know. Oh, oof. Oh, hey, you guys talk so much. Talk amongst yourselves real quick. I've got to take this. Hold on. Okay, I apologize. Sorry about that. Okay, so trying to find a cure says, I think expert witnesses parents forgot to stress that although she is their princess, she is not the whole world's princess. She kind of acted like that a little bit, trying to find a cure. Like she seemed overly confident, one. Two, I didn't even really hear a timeline of what her expertise in years are. So, mm, yeah, I mean, and I keep saying it, Sergeant Corfett came on. I've been working for Tallahassee Police Department for 29 years and 11 months. And he was so happy about it. But, like, yeah, 30 years of law enforcement experience. I did not get a total of Miss Quay's experience. So Deb H said, I don't think the Adelsons have much money as people think, spent millions on attorneys and trials. No one is working. They had properties, but it kind of sounded almost like they were slumlords. No, they were a slumlord for that one like 18 unit apartment building that they owned where nobody spoke English. And that was the rental building that Charlie was trying to tell Katie, or quote unquote hired Katie McBanawa to go and collect rent from. And then she wasn't even able to collect rent from people there. I think that they have buried money. They have hidden money. A, a lot of, well, in my opinion, based on the types of lawyers all of them have hired, they are white collar financial fraud attorneys for the most part. None of these defense attorneys prior to Donna, okay, I'm saying like Wendy's, Charlie's, they're all, and Rashbaum as well. They're all white collar like money fraud people. Yeah, Mia says she agrees with you, Deb H. She'd say Wendy's the only one with anything close to financial, right? Yeah, because okay, so this is something that I don't know if anyone. Well, I'm sure people have brought it up, but like Isom testified that outside of Dan Markel's $2 million life insurance policy, he was worth $2.5 million. A majority of that money went to the boys. That was outside the $2 million payout that Shelley Markel has control of to send, to Wendy, the trust fund. Dan Markel was worth $2.5 million outside that insurance policy. So yeah, Wendy gained a lot. And remember, Wendy never paid for anything. Her parents paid everything. Yeah, the boyfriend is very wealthy. And you guys, he kind of seems like he's a decent person. That's what's really sad. I think that Wendy got her claws into him like right after he's a widower, okay? He's a widower. And it wasn't soon after that happened that Wendy came in like an eagle, getting the prey off the ground, dug her claws in him and took off. And he probably has been very good to the boys, okay? Once she met him and got with him. At this point, I believe it's been several years. I think he's been a good father figure. And, maybe she's just been faking it till she makes it, or maybe she's traveling around and doesn't have much contact with. I don't really know what their relationship is, but I think that George has been a good father figure to the boys. And I think that he's Wendy's narcissistic supply, in my opinion, allegedly. Right? Don't forget the coin machines. Yeah, a lot of cash comes out of those like laundromats and stuff. I mean, maybe up until maybe up to about $1,000 a week, depending upon how much they have, like how many laundry mats and coin machines they have. They could probably be getting, undocumented cash at $1,000 a week or so. Yeah, exactly. Wendy doesn't have control of that money, or else the boys would have had seen a penny. Trust believe. Yeah. Well, she doesn't have control of the $2 million insurance payout, because that isn't a trust that Shelley Markel controls. But all of his other assets most likely would have been left to the boys, which Wendy has control of. Yeah, like a vulture. Oh, and okay. Wendy is a black widow, mates for babies, then unalives the mate. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and that's just to kind of give John Smith a shout out, like, like he did the Wendy's magic hoo-ha. I'm like, oh no, black magic hoo-ha. Mia says, oh yes, at this point it'll be the coin machines and the laundry machines. Yeah, maybe those are carrying Harvey. Yes, since the informant did not take the grand piano. Mm. Okay, so I just wanted to come on. I know I've been on for almost, it looks like, over 30 minutes. Court's coming back in 7 minutes. I need to go use the I need to settle down before I start listening again. Allison, if you're still here, just text me. We'll set up something. It's probably going to need to be after 9:30 or 10 or so, and we'll do a live stream. And maybe we'll just talk about the stuff that happened today. I might not have any additional stuff prepared for the night. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, the afternoon is going to be something else. And I kind of hope that they charge the lady out of the courtroom. And I understand that she's old, but like I'm done. Like all these people lying up here. Ugh. Okay. Until next time, I'll see you again. Thank you. Bye.